All right, guys. Woo! Have I been busy? Man, it's been almost a month. Actually, it's been almost a month since our trip out to Oklahoma and New Mexico. And I'm barely getting a chance right now to still work on putting out some of that footage. But out of all the trips that we've taken, and I was so glad that I saved this casino for last. We've been to tons of casinos. We went to the world's largest casino. It was in Oklahoma. Just casinos along the beach, along the coast, in Oregon, Vegas, Reno, Tahoe, Northern California, Southern California. And during this trip, out of the 5-6 casinos we went to see, I saved the last one, not because I've been there before, but I just kind of wanted to disconnect. And this turned out to be my personal favorite casino out of all the casinos I've been to. And it has nothing to do with the casino itself. If you want a place that has a casino, it's got it. It's not the biggest casino, but it's a decent casino to play in. The reason why it was my personal favorite, and not just during the trip again, out of all the casinos that I've been to, because when I was there, I had an absolute fantastic time. From the restaurants that we ate in there, from the golf course they have on there, the zip line they have there, the lake they have there. I literally had a balcony view of the lake. If I got the lower rooms, I could have just stepped right out of the sliding glass door and had the lake. When I was there, I love fishing. So if I'm not in the casinos, I'm fishing. If I'm not fishing, I'm probably on a road trip somewhere, hitting restaurants and whatnot. You want to go paddle boating, take the boat out, zip lining, horseback riding, good Lord, you name it. It's like a one-stop shop. It's like a casino Walmart, if you will. I had an absolute fantastic time. I can't say enough about this casino. The atmosphere, from security to the front desk to the host, I mean, everybody there was so nice, so accommodating. I want to give a special shout out to Francis, who's head of security there. There's a few gentlemen that I stopped in and out and talked with at the front desk. Elk, Jimmy, and another individual that I was out on the lake when I was fishing, and I had the lake to myself. Fished it 2 days. And there was a young guy by the name of Raymond who went out, and we were talking and chatting about the lake and some surrounding lakes and fishing and stuff like that. Just an absolute awesome time. I can't say enough about this casino, and I'm so thankful that I saved it for the last stop in our trip. I'm gonna show some footage. I'm not gonna blur it all together. Casino play will be casino play. The fishing will be with fishing. The restaurant will be they have a restaurant called the Broken Arrow. I ate there majority of the time I stayed. I didn't eat at their steakhouse or any of I ate at the Broken Arrow 3 times in 2 days, and it was fantastic. 70 different beers on tap. So if you want to drink, you won't be disappointed. They got a lot of headliners there. Snoop Dogg is gonna play on the 22nd of June. They had Robert Irvine from Restaurant Impossible doing a Mother's Day meet and greet and a culinary event that was going on. This, for me, is my personal favorite casino out of all casinos, and that is Inn of the Mountain Gods. Let's take a look at some footage of me killing it on the lake with some trout fishing. All right, guys, I'm here in the parking lot. I left the parking garage and I am about to do some fishing right now, do some trout fishing. I don't know what the weather's gonna be like. If you can see in the background, it's kind of cloudy. Yesterday, there was a lot of rain that hit. There was a thunderstorm, and so I don't want to be out there fishing and have all my gear, have my drone, have my tripod and camera and all that kind of stuff set up, and then just get hammered with rain, because I'm going to fish the dam, and as you can see, it's a bit of a walk. So in case some of these dark clouds pass over and I start getting dumped on, I don't want my entire gear dumped, you know, water all over the place. So let's go take a walk, and we're gonna try some trout fishing here at Inn of the Mountain Gods. So I'm gonna rig up my pole, and then we're gonna try some trout fishing. Now, I've never fished here before, and I have 2 poles. The fishing permit costs $19. I didn't even ask if I could use a second pole, but what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try some power bait, and then I'm gonna fish with some mice tails. So we're gonna try 2 different baits and see how they work. Every time you think you have everything, and of course I forget my pole holders, which are back at the car, I'm not gonna drive back, and I'm gonna just leave it on the rocks, got the bell, let's see what happens. Now again, this is my first time fishing here, and so the gentleman at the desk, Jimmy, told me about fishing the dam, that they pulled some trout out from over there, and different fishermen have came in, showed pictures and stuff like that. My very first time fishing here, so we're gonna give it a try here. We're not too far away from the dam. We're off to the side. We're along the trail or the path that leads back to the hotel casino. So we're gonna take a look and keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't start dumping on me, because then I'm gonna have to pack everything up quickly. So we'll give it a try here. It's the latter part of the afternoon. I was watching the weather and didn't pull the trigger. When you buy the fishing permit from here, you get to fish from sunrise to sunset. And if you fish anywhere else, this fisher permit that you get from the casino is only allowing you to fish here. If there's other places you want to fish, you'll probably have to pick up her permit from that area. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see if we can catch us a trout. The other reason why I chose this spot versus going all the way down, uh-oh. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I missed him, guys. I missed him. Well, you know there's fish in here. Green power bait. Let's get it back out there quick. I got a nice little strike, if you've seen that. I'm a little upset at myself because, again, I forgot my pole holders, and I can come back. There's some trees right here. I don't want to get tangled up, but that was a nice hit on some green power bait, and that was only maybe in the water for about 5 minutes. Guys, I am so mad at myself for missing that. I had some nice strikes even when I was holding the pole. He was nibbling on it. Power bait, you know how that is. So if I get a strike on the mouse tail, I know that ain't coming off. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. I really want to pull a fish from here, being my first time fishing here. Hey, Mama.
Smelling you all the way.
Hey, wait, don't go around the... You're gonna go around that before she breaks.
She's seen you, or she smelled you.
Come
all
here,
the
Mama.
way.
Come here,
gotta sit
Mama.
down.
Oh.
Here, hold. Where's your drone?
Here's the baby. Here's the baby. Say hi to the camera, Coco. All right, guys, here we go. First trout into the mountain gods. Yes, nice. Actually, I should have had that ready. He swallowed that. It was all the way. That took me way too long to bring him in, but he swallowed that. That was in his stomach. It took me a while. He squirted juice all over my shoe. I should have had the stringer ready, but BDBY 13JR, that's one trout. All right, let me get baited up and let's go for another trout. The mice tail hasn't provided nothing. 2 strikes on the green power bait. I missed the first one, landed that second strike. I also got some live red worms that I brought along with me, but since we're doing well with the green power bait, I'm gonna stick with this. Chartreuse. I caught that fish within the first 30 minutes of fishing. I had 2 strikes within that time frame. Lost the first one. Baited up again. Threw it out. Caught the second one. And as you can see, I started so late in the day. I went ahead and bought my fishing license at around 4 o'clock, but you have from sunrise to sunset, which you can start fishing at 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't start fishing until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got a very limited time window. As you can see, it's starting to get dark, and I don't want to be out here too long where I have to walk back in the dark with all my gear. So it's a little windy. I wanted to get my drone and fly it out and cover the lake. But again, I didn't want all of a sudden a flash thunderstorm come hit and then it would just be problems. So I was hoping that there was a break in the clouds and some of these would pass and I'd have a really nice window with some really nice sun. But let's just catch us some fish. No wonder there was no more bites on that. He didn't hit it very hard, but I think he was nibbling at it, and I don't think I secured that on too well. So, third strike, miss number 3. As you can see, the bait's not staying in there very long. I'm getting pretty good consistent hits. It's only in the water for about maybe 5 to 7 minutes before I get a little nibble or strike. So let's see how long it takes for this one. And it's the green power bait. That's the only thing striking. The second pull hasn't even hit. I'm thinking about throwing a green on there just to increase my odds since I'm running out of time. I don't know if you're able to notice, but the wind really started to pick up. The water's starting to get kind of choppy, so I'm gonna kind of see how it goes. We're still getting a little bites here and there, but we'll see how I'm gonna play it by ear, see maybe stay a little bit longer, see what pans out. While I got a little bit of time here waiting for the bell to ring so I can catch a fish. This is by far one of our favorite casinos on this trip. I mean, there's a ton of stuff to do here, but a really relaxed feeling, and I'm glad we saved this one for the last part of our trip. We are definitely headed back. It will be part of our visits when we do casinos out here. Probably, again, we'll make it the last one, but super relaxing, and you have a little bit of everything. And they even have a different property where you can do a bigger zip line if you're into that. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do any of that, which I was gung-ho and ready to, but Mondays and Tuesdays, they're closed. Why I didn't call and make sure, this is our first time visiting here, but make sure you call, make sure in June, July, August, I believe they're open 7 days a week. But right now, while it's slow, they close Monday, Tuesday. So I got cheated out of doing those kind of things. But everybody here, super nice. Food, probably some of the best in all the casinos. WinStar, took a look at the buffet, sorry, I wasn't having it. And you get so burnt out of some of the buffets in the casinos. Here, we ate at the Broken Arrow Tap House, which was fantastic. They had a pozole, their food was awesome. Can't say, 70 beers on tap. Can't say enough about that. Then we ate at, this morning, where did we eat? We ate at the cafe? We ate at the buffet. What am I talking about? We ate at the buffet. Probably the best buffet on this entire trip. Route 66 was okay. They had a little area inside the buffet where you can order wine and beer and stuff like that if you're into that kind of stuff. Here you can do the same thing. Some don't. They won't serve liquor inside the what you call it. Here, you cannot drink in a certain area of the casino floor. You can walk around with alcohol, but you can't drink it in a certain, the main casino, but behind the glass doors, you're able to take drinks inside there or have drinks and drink and play. So that's something to note. But every single person that I've talked to, super friendly here. I mean, I talked to security, I talked to marketing, I talked to the people in the restaurant. Guys, number 2. I couldn't have put him back even if I wanted to. Nice little trout though. Nice trout, nice sized trout. But he was bleeding all over the place. He got hooked and he actually swallowed it again too. So I'm gonna put him on the stringer. All right, got a total of 4 strikes, 2 fish down. I missed the other 2. Still got a little bit of time. We're gonna see if we can land one more. Guys, I'm gonna have to find out later. I don't even know what the limit is here. I would assume it's to 5. I shouldn't assume, but I'm gonna continue fishing and then we'll see how many. If I get to 5, I will stop. I got 2 down. I would have had 4, all within probably an hour's time. That's not bad fishing since I started so late at 4. No matter how prepared you think you are, or I think I am, I always forget something. I don't have my towel, I don't have my pole holders, and I double checked everything before I left the car. Anyways, what I was saying is, I think I was talking about the restaurants. Some of the best food that we have eaten in our entire trip going around here. I know I got cut off when the bell started ringing. I had to cut mid-dialogue of talking to you guys. But the food was awesome for us. And we, like I said, visited 7 places, 2 weeks. And to say which one has the best food, that's a lot to say because we've been to a lot of places. And I don't really care for the buffet. I don't really like doing the buffets because the food is just like, I looked at Windstar's buffet. I'm sorry, man, for as big as that thing is, I thought it was gonna be spectacular and off the hook, and it wasn't. I think I have a little bit of room to judge since we're in so many places, but buffet was pretty good here. And it was not like it was massive and it had huge selection. The food looked good. It didn't look old and dried out. You know how buffets are. It didn't look like that. Everything that we ate inside there was good. From the salad bar to the There's an omelet station where they're do omelets, and this was lunchtime, so they were still, you know, doing the omelets. You could order that. They had a area where you got to pick and grill whatever you had. And I showed some pictures, I believe, inside there where I did the pasta with the shrimp. My first plate was nothing but shrimp, garlic, butter, and lemon, and that's it. The entire plate consisted of that. I don't even think I took a picture of that. Second round, I went back and I had some spinach and some pasta, some shrimp, the garlic butter, all mixed in, and had that. And I believe I took a picture of that one. Everything was good. So I can't say enough about that. I told you, I talked to security, I talked to marketing, I talked to the concierge desk, the reception desk, everybody, super nice. This place is one of my top 3 casinos this is my first time going here. So it's not like I've been here a couple of times and I can say that, but in all the places that I've went, and the wife is winning. She won. She's in the casino. It's not a massive casino. It's like on a little bit of a lower scale. My Walking Dead wasn't here, but they had Buffalo Grand, they had Tarzan, they had, you know, a decent selection of machines. And I seen people winning. Yesterday it was a hand pay, a $5,000 hand pay. Right when I walked into the casino on the first day, there was a $1,200 hand pay. Somebody hit the triple diamonds across. So there was some paying out going on, despite not being as big as some of the other casinos. Definitely one of my top 3. And like I said, we'll be back. Now let's get back to fishing. I got a score to settle with 3 more fish. He got me, guys. He got me. He was hitting pretty good, and he got me. No wonder I wasn't getting any strikes. I wasn't getting any strikes on that because there was no bait on there. Should have checked it before I threw it out that other one. I'm cheating a little bit. Like I said, I'm using 2 poles. My wife's in the casino, right? She's in the casino, so I'm using her second pole. She should have been out here with me, so I'm doing damage with hers. Actually, my pole, her pole, 1-1. 2 fish. Oh, guys, I missed them. I missed that one. he was on there. I must have pulled it right out of his mouth. It seemed like he was playing with it. He had it in his mouth. I had a pretty big piece of the power bait on there, and I ended up pulling it probably right out of his mouth. He was on there for like a second or two, and then I felt it go slack. That's probably about 4, maybe 5 strikes I've missed already. Don't you just love those fish that totally commit to it? You don't have to do nothing except reel them in. They just slam that bait, hook themselves, and you don't have to do no work. And those are the ones I like too, but it's fun to try to. We still got a little bit of sun, so the sun hasn't set it. Sun hasn't set it yet, so I still got some time to fish. All right, guys, I think these fish are messing with me now. Every time I get to it, it's one strong pull, bait's probably gone. Sure enough, the bait's gone. It's becoming a smorgasbord now. I think I'm offering them a buffet. It ain't free because I'm gonna start paying. They're gonna start paying now. The sun's coming out. Did you see him take that? This is just a little guy. I'm gonna try to get him released. I can't get him released. I tried to remove the hook and he's bleeding all over the place. Can't put him back in with blood. Did you see that? Now, one thing about this area, I had him, and if you notice, there's a lot of rocks in between. If you don't reel fast enough and you give them that much play, they're gonna lodge themselves or try to go in between rocks. I just lost that when I had to go off camera, off to the side, and he ended up lodging in between some rocks. I almost broke my line because right when I knew he wasn't coming in anymore, and it was solid. It was like a solid snag. So he was buried. There was no way. And then I kept trying to play it out, and pop the hook. So I lost that one. But did you see that back to back? I wasn't even done stringing the first one, and then I had the hit on the other one. Did you see that, guys? I hadn't even got the bait in. I was baiting up the second one, didn't even get a chance to throw it out. Wow, that's a nice trout. Guys, look at this one. It's the biggest one I've caught so far. Look at that baby. I hadn't even got the second one, just turned the camera off to conserve battery, put the first one in, put this first one in, was getting the second pole ready. As soon as I was about to cast it out, got the bell ringing. This is a good size one. Let me get him off the hook. I think my line's compromised. This dude's got some teeth on him, and he was just raking across my line. Let me put him on the stringer. That is 4 fish. I'm only fishing for one more. I'm not even gonna use the second pole. Down to 5 now, and I can't even get my line out there fast enough. This is the magic hour or something. I don't even know what time it is. I would assume it's around 6 o'clock. The sun came out. It looks beautiful right now. The clouds kind of parted, and they're hitting pretty good. Not that they weren't already. My line has only been in the water, I want to say maybe 5 to 10 minutes between each strike, and sometimes multiple. So the lake is stocked. It's got trout, and I didn't even go to the recommended spot, which is halfway through the dam. I just stopped here, which is pretty close by the dam. But as you can see, I've probably got about 12 to 13 strikes. Some I missed, some just stripped the bait without me even being able to catch it. I probably tried to land at least, 9 of the 4 that I caught, and the rest, there's some action going on right here. Let me get that last line out there, and let's catch that last number 5. I told you they were gonna pay for it. It wasn't a buffet. I'm actually gonna retire my wife's pole because that last fish, man, he has some teeth, and I was trying to get that line out, and he had it down deep. Even the hook remover was going down, and he kind of scraped against my line. So if I throw the line out, it's compromised. I land a good one, and the line breaks. So I'm gonna switch over to my pole, and I'm gonna retire my wife's. And it's already baited up. I forgot in the midst of that battle, I had already baited this baby up, so it's ready for action. See, baby, what you're missing? You're in the casino and I'm knocking them dead. Okay guys, I got 4 fish. 2 fish were caught on my wife's pole, 2 fish were caught on mine. My pole has had more strikes than my wife's pole, but I caught the bigger fish on my wife's pole. That last one he was bigger than him. I mean, you could tell he was bigger when I stuck my finger in and he had those teeth. Just pulling him in, you can feel he was big. He was the bigger fish out of the other 3. So let's catch this last one and let's make it a monster. Just a quick note, this pole that I have right here, my trout pole, this thing has murdered fish from many lakes. This is always my go-to pole. Let's see if we can't knock that last one out. Let me see if I could bring the camera closer. I'm hoping that the wind's not too strong and I'm catching some of those bells when they ring so you can hear the action as I hear it, and I know that it's ready to pop off. Let's bring this a little bit closer. Get some action going on right here. Let's get that bell to ring. I'm not too sure. I should have asked this. I will definitely find out, and so it'll be part of this video as to what the limit is. I know every place is, I don't know what the regulations or the limits here are. As far as I know, it's 5 in hand and 10 in possession, California. But I don't know about here on the tribal land. So I'm just gonna go with the 5. I'm hoping that's not exceeding anything. I almost want to turn the phone off and call and find out from the casino what the limit is on the fish. I'm hoping it's not 3, but don't worry, none of these will go to waste. We love seafood. I absolutely love trout when it's made the right way, pan fried. I only had 1 more fish to catch. It's contemplating putting that second pole out, just to increase the chances to speed up really wanted to, the weather started looking really nice. Watch, now that I'm only fishing 1 pole, maybe that was me being too cocky and thinking, I'll catch them right away, I don't need to do that. And these trout are gonna shut me down. I'm gonna miss my goal for 5. Now, if I don't get a bite in about 10 minutes, I think I will bait up that second pole, throw it out there to increase the odds. Just when I was praising the weather for being the sun coming out, and now all of a sudden the clouds pushed over, the wind picked up, that chilly breeze increased. The water doesn't look as choppy. There was a moment where it started getting pretty choppy, but it's not too bad right now. It's kind of like the wind will die down, then it'll pick back up, die down a little bit. The dirt right here, after a good rain, yesterday it rained pretty hard, it's pretty soft. My shoes were sinking in a little bit. Not many people walk the trail just because it is so moist. Those bites were hitting one after another. I'm almost wanting to check my bait to see what's going on, because this is probably the longest the bait, my cast has been out in the water without getting a strike or a bell ring or something. Number 5, guys. And he comes off right there. He came off right there. How did I know that was gonna happen? Because it was number 5, my last one. That was a doomed catch. Right when I was talking to you, the phone rang, cut the video off. The bell started ringing. I had to decline the phone call, turn the video back on, go back, land him, bring him all the way up to the bank just to lose him right there. This is number 5. That was number 5. That last one was in there quite some time, probably the longest out of all the baits that sit there, and I lost them. I would have been able to wrap it up, and I'm not being greedy. That's my goal is 5. 4 is great. That's a great fishing day. I mean, you could turn around and fish all day long and get skunked and come home with 0. So I'm not scoffing at 4. It's just my goal is 5. I'm hoping to land this one, and I want to land him sooner rather than later so I can wrap this up. I'm going to start packing up a little bit of the gear. I'm only fishing this one pole, so I'm ready to rock and roll once we're done. Had another phone call. Thank God, during my fishing and landing, most of those, it didn't, because once I get that phone call, the video stops, regardless if I answered or not. So there we go, here we go. Oh, don't tell me I missed you. Did you see him pull that? I missed him again. I don't know what's going on with this fifth and last one. Oh my God. He took it and I set the hook. I don't know how I missed that one. I'm beginning to believe, guys, I'm beginning to believe that I'm not meant or supposed to catch this number 5. That was how many missed attempts at a strike, and I brought that one all the way up to the bank, and he got off literally when I was pulling him out of the water. Oh, oh, did you see? Guys, did you see that one? God, I hadn't even put the bail or set the hook and he took it. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, number 5, guys. Number 5. Did it. He didn't even give me a chance to set the bail. He smashed it. I seen the line go out. Didn't understand what really was going on. And he's a big one. Oh, got him. He's got some teeth on him. Number 5. Yes. I did it, guys, just before sunset. I'm gonna tell you exactly what time it is. He's getting my shirt filthy. He's a big one. He's bigger than the other one. Woo, I'm out of breath. Non-stop action. I could have probably ended within the hour, lost some strikes. Missed some strikes. They stripped my bait a couple of times, and that number 5 was a monster to land. He probably took me 30, 45 minutes to land him. Not fishing the last one, but the time span that it took for me to land that 5th and final fish. All right, guys, that wraps it up for me. This baby didn't let me down. Took another 5 trout out of a new lake I fished. Into the mountain gods. I've been fishing for about 2 hours and landed the 5 trout, and thank goodness, because I'm telling you, the sun's setting. So I ain't trying to break the rules or anything, but 5. We're gonna show you the stringer right now with all 5. 2 really good sized ones. Let me get this tackle box and everything all situated so I'm ready to rock and roll. So before we leave, two hours of fishing, 5 trout. It's gonna be some casino and slotting time, so stay tuned. Guys, if you've already subscribed, don't forget to hit that bell icon because you don't want to miss a thing. And please check out some of these other awesome slot videos that I have added to the channel.